My best friend is telling her ex-husband to leave his current wife and then she'll be with him again. He is going to do it, but he has no idea she's ghosting him as soon as he signs the papers. Plus one update. My best friend and her ex-husband were couple goals. At least I know that my best friend loved him so much. When she found out that he cheated on her with a co-worker, she was in so much pain that she miscarried. She left him, of course. After a short while, we heard that he started dating that college. I gave her more pain, and it didn't help that the woman was gloating about it on social media. Anyway, my friend started speaking to her ex again and told him that she missed him, etc. He left the co-worker, but then my best friend said that she couldn't forgive him anyway and broke it off again. Again, he started to date the co-worker again. This time, the co-worker demanded that they got married because of what he did when he left her. This time, my friend was very cool about it. She wasn't in pain, and she just said, oh well, they got married last August. Today, I know why she has been too cool about it. She has been talking to him again, and before resuming any relationship with him, she wants him to get divorced. Then she told me that once he is divorced, she will tell him that she didn't want him anymore. I was shocked. I told her so, but she was very indifferent, saying that she didn't lease him on, didn't sleep with him, and didn't promise him anything. Just that she wouldn't want to have anything to do with him if he was married. I told her that this was going too far, but she got upset and told me that I would be the if I warned any of them. Am I wrong? Update. So here is my update on what happened to my best friend and her ex-husband. I will try to link the original post again. I ended up not warning the ex-husband like you guys advised me not to. Again, I will not divulge any information about locations, names, or go. Shortly after my post, my best friend asked her ex-husband to make his divorce announcement public, to say how he regretted it and how he still loved her and wanted things to work out between them. I guess she wanted everything to be on social media for everyone to see. He was more than willing to do it. Afterwards, he thought everything was going to be fine between them because he did everything she told him to. He showered her with flowers sent to her place every morning, and expensive gifts that my best friend just kept in her hall, unopened. She told him that she didn't trust him yet because as long as the divorce wasn't finalized, he could always take advantage of her and go back to his co-worker. The divorce was finalized last week, and of course the first thing her ex did was calling her to tell her the news. After that, she ghosted him, and she hasn't answered his calls since. I met her yesterday and she was so elated. I have never thought that vindictiveness and revenge would make someone this happy. She said that this was the first time she felt happy since she found out about the affair. I felt very sad inside, and I don't know why. I love my friend and I don't want her to change, but I don't recognize her very much. I asked her if this was it, if she really felt happy, and she said that she did. She was very ready to move on. I asked her what if he and the college ended up back together. She said that she would not care at all, that she hoped they would get back together now with what happened always being between them, but that she wouldn't begrudge them moving on. Separately or together, she didn't care anymore. She sent back all the unopened gifts. I don't know what to feel but terrible sadness. These two loved each other more than anything and were so happy together at one point in their lives, and now. And my friend, she was the kindest person I know, and now. Oh well, this is my update. Ada for telling my sisters to take care of their own fucking kids. I'm 24M, the youngest of my parents' 3 kids. My older sisters are Sarah 28F and Liv 26F. Sarah and Liv were BFFs growing up. Always together, shared everything. The whole TV trope of close sisters. That was my sisters. The other part that was very TV-like was their anti-boy rhetoric, and specifically anti-brother. They never liked me being near them, and they'd always say I was embarrassing to them, that I was gross, which I wasn't dirty or anything, that they wanted sisters and not brothers, that boys weren't allowed to play whatever games they were playing. It hurt my feelings as a kid, and they were punished for being cruel on occasion. Not all the time. But it happened a few times, and I know our parents got concerned enough to try therapy. Both individual for us all and family therapy together. It was in family therapy when my sisters loudly proclaimed they would never love me or want a brother. They said boys are disgusting and nobody wants them, and they wanted someone to come and take me away forever, so they never had to see me again. My parents put a lot of focus into giving me outside focuses too, so the stuff with my sisters wouldn't destroy me. It wasn't always perfect. I did wish at a younger age that my sisters would care. But I had friends, hobbies, activities, and stuff to keep me distracted, and my parents kept working on my sister's treatment of me. Because it went beyond just not being close. Their attitude toward me did not change. I was very much in the not family camp when Sarah got married and when Sarah and then Liv started having babies. I was not included or invited to anything, even to meet their kids when they were born. I was not sent any announcements. My parents and other family got those. I'm not even their social media friend follower. They both have accounts set to permission needed to follow. I'm truly over at them by now. I know nothing will change, and honestly I don't want to, and fuck the whole don't hold kids actions against them because they have not been kids for years. Now they have some kids that are a bit older and both sisters want to work. They tried to share a nanny and babysitter, but I guess they got tired of paying for both for different occasions. So they approached me to be a babysitter. They told me I should help take care of their kids since I'm supposed to be family or whatever. I asked if they were serious and then I rolled my eyes at them hard. They said I had a shitty attitude. I told them they can take care of their own fucking kids and they won't be using me after 24 years of wanting my existence to go away. They accused me of being as bad as them for responding in the way that I did. Eta for not also babysitting my brother's friends' kids while on vacation. IF21 recently went on vacation with my brother M34, his family, friends, and a few of their siblings. A lot of us grew up together, so vacations like this weren't uncommon, but this is the first one where everyone's kids were also coming along. My brother offered to pay for my whole vacation rather than the half he usually paid if I was willing to help with the kids M7F4 for a day or two so he and his wife, Rose, could get some alone time. I agreed since they're good kids and I help out anytime I'm in the vicinity anyways, as it's not uncommon for our culture. On the first night's dinner, one of my brother's friend's girlfriends, Ally, made an offhand comment about my brother having a vacation nanny while she was fussing with her kid while I was talking to Rose about their plans tomorrow when she mentioned the kids just staying the night in my room so that they didn't have to wake us up early to leave for their appointment. I agreed since I was watching them tonight anyways. I assumed the problem started there since Ally showed up at my door after dinner trying to drop her kid off. I was fine with until she told him she would be seeing him tomorrow and conversation after went like this. Me, I don't mind him being here for a few hours, but he can't spend the night. Her, but they're spending the night? Me, yes. Her, so why can't he? Me, well, there's no room for him and they're my brother's kids and are used to spending the night with me. We went back and forth a few times. Eventually I just refused overall and apologized to the kid. I've been told a few stories and Ally is the type to just leave her kid anyways, regardless of the conversation, and I didn't feel like tracking her down later. While we were at the pool a few days later, I took the kids to the resort cafe for ice cream and offered to take the other kids. A few of the parents said no, and some of them gave me a weird look, so I asked my friend about it. Apparently at the breakfast the second day, Ally complained about what I did, and a few of them took her side. Later that night at dinner, a wife of my brother's friend asked if I could watch her kid tonight so they could go somewhere, and I said no, explaining that my niece and nephew were with their parents tonight, so the younger siblings were all going out. She mentioned that since I was willing to take them earlier for ice cream and since they said no, I owe them, said it's not that big of a deal and I can go tomorrow instead. I just said sorry I can't, and left it there. There were similar situations, and eventually my brother stepped in to say that he paid for my vacation, which is why I took a few days to help him, and that they could chip in if they wanted my help, but I talked to my mom and a few of my friends, and they pointed out that my brother actually got to enjoy his vacation unlike the others, and I could have taken her offering to take the other kids when I was watching my niece and nephew. Eta, I want my little sister in the delivery room and my husband doesn't. So for little backstory, IF26 had my baby M2 during COVID. There were no visitors allowed and I couldn't have my sister F22 in the labor room with my husband M31 and I. We recently had a family relapse happen in early July and my husband no longer trusts my sister since we allowed this person around our first child not knowing they had used close to that day. And he believes she knew the person used and didn't tell anyone about it. By anyone, I mean me and our half-sister. I've moved past it and don't want the actions of the family member to ruin the relationship I have with my sister. We've spoken to her on how we felt and she understands the dangers of young children around addicts. I'm pregnant again and very close to my due date. I want my little sister in the room. She wants to be in the room and help me and be there for me in my labor. My husband does not. He only wants it to be him and I, and people can see us when we get home like our last baby. I also want visitors once I'm in recovery. It was so lonely last time spending 2 nights, 3 days in the hospital, except for all the hospital staff that came in the room. As the person who is actually having the baby, I at least want to have my sister there to help me. Per hospital policy, she would have to leave if I haven't had the baby by 8 p.m. as they only allow one person past that time, and it would obviously be my husband there if it comes to that. I know this is my husband's baby and experience as well, and he should have a say too. I also know he is traumatized by my last labor and wants an induction in me to get the epidural so he doesn't have to see me in the amount of pain and in an uncomfortable environment like last time. So I understand his hesitance to let her see me in pain as well.